All right, welcome to the best part, the DaVinci Resolve version of my cinematic bootcamp. So if I were to start over, if I were to start making videos from absolute scratch without any knowledge, if there was one software where I would start learning, this is the software to learn on. Now, there are just so many great things that I've heard about DaVinci Resolve, and to be honest, I've been honestly thinking about personally switching over to this because when I graduate in a year, I will no longer have access to free Adobe, apps and whatnot. And DaVinci Resolve has a one-time fee of paying, so you're not paying a monthly subscription, which is honestly like goated, really goated. And so I'm thinking of switching over, honestly. And the color grading on this software is just incredible. And they are continuing to just update it to just make it way better. And this is why, like, if you are starting out, if there's one software where I recommend that you start learning on, this is the software. This is a professional software. This is professional color grading. Everything that you do here can be transferred over to any sort of project. And this is what all the professionals use. This is what majority of a lot of those people who make those cinematic videos use. They use this. This is the best software to use, in my opinion. And if you can learn to master this, chances are you're probably big on social media. So take the time. They have obviously the desktop version, and they also have an iPad version. And I'm pretty sure most of the concepts, if not all the concepts, basically apply to the iPad version. But anyways, without further ado, let's hop right into it. So we are going to open up DaVinci Resolve, and let me quit this. I'm not even using that. Let us open this up, right? So this is what you're going to see. Now let's create a new project, right? New project. We'll name this day one. And you guys can't see that. I got to drag it over here. All right. So it's a little overwhelming. So let's just go over these different tabs at the bottom. You guys even see? Holy shit, you guys can't even see. Hold up, let me fix this. You guys cannot even see the screen, bro. Holy. It's like the majority of it is just getting cut off. Is that good? I think, okay, I think that's it. All right. So let's go ahead and let's go over all these tabs down here. So this is basically where you're going to be able to sort of organize your clips. You can go in here, you can see all the different folders that you have. You can go ahead and go down here. So it's basically, this is your storage area, and this is the, I don't know, I like to call this the, it's called media storage. So you can go in here. I'm not going to be showcasing this because I haven't dived deep into this. I'm only going to show you the things that I do know about DaVinci Resolve because I haven't spent that much time in here. It's very complex, and I'll go over way more in depth when I go into Premiere Pro. But basically, this is where you can organize all of your clips and import them as well, and you can see the different folders on your computer. Right here, this tool, this is our timeline. So this is where all the editing, this is where the all the magic will happen. And we'll get into this. This is our timeline. Obviously, we don't have anything in here, and this is where you get to import, export, import clips, audio, whatnot. Over here, this is also sort of a timeline. I'm not going to really use this because these are like practically the same. And here you can probably do a lot more. Like I said, I haven't dived deep into this. I'm going to show you guys the basics of how to get started on here and what I personally would do just based off of the knowledge that I know. This right here, this is going to be, I think this is called the Fusion tab. I'm not quite sure. I have no idea how to use this. And to completely be fair, I'm not going to be showcasing how to use any feature on this right as of now. Maybe in the future when I do start getting a lot more used to this and if I switch over, but for the most part, I'm sorry, guys. I have no clue how to use this. And to be honest, you probably don't need to use this for a lot of you beginners. Now this is our color grading tab. Now this part is probably the most intense, the most complex type of color grading that there is. And there's still a lot of stuff that I don't even know. But the way that I color grade is probably going to be a lot different than what you see online. But I'm transferring over the concepts that I learned from Premiere Pro onto here in order to be able to do all this. So we'll get into this later when we get to the color grading aspect. But for the most part, yes, this is your color grading space. They have this node system. Nodes are kind of like a layer. But yeah, then from here we have our music tab. Again, I have not dived deep into any of this. I'm going to show you what I know as of right now. And then from there, we'll move forward. And then lastly, I think this is the export tab. I'm not quite sure. Anyways, so let's go ahead and let's go to our timeline. So this is going to be our timeline page. And all we're going to do is we're going to import clips. So how do we do that? There's a few different ways you can import media. So we're going to import our media. So we'll go ahead and find the media that we want to import from here. So we'll do all of this. We are going to import. Yeah, we'll change that. So here's all of our clips, and we can set our ins and outs for each of the clips, which is really great. Yeah, that's that. I think we'll also import our sound. So we're going to make a similar video to what we made on CapCut, but I'm going to show you that it's probably going to be a little bit better than the free version on CapCut, because with the free version for DaVinci Resolve, you can do a lot more, such as stabilization is absolutely free. There's also, you can also use like your own audios for absolutely free. And that's what I love about DaVinci Resolve is you can use the free version and you can make really great videos just with the free version without even have to pay anything. And then once you start to get really comfortable, then you can upgrade. So, and even then, the color grading space too, you can use full access of it basically, and you don't even have to pay for it like you have to pay for CapCut. So, anyways, so we have that. Let's go ahead and also import our sound. Where is it? Here we are, good music. And we'll use the same. Where is it? Where is it? Here, we'll use the same sound. All right, we have all that. Now, one thing we also want to make sure is we want to go to our settings tab and we want to make sure that this all lines up perfectly with what we're trying to do. So our timeline resolution, so we filmed in 4K, so we want to make sure we have a 4K timeline. And we also want to make sure that we have a vertical format. So how do we do that? We do, I think it's 2160 by 3840, right? Timeline frame rate, again, this is up to you. If you're using 30 frames per second, 29.97. If you're using 24, use it 23.97. Like I said, again, I personally like 30 frames per second. I'm not saying it's the most cinematic. I'm not saying that you should use that. I just personally like it because for me, it looks smoother and I want a little smoother footage, right? Video monitoring, we'll do, again, 4K. And not going to touch any of this. Video bit, we'll keep it at 10. Proxy media solution, media resolution, we'll do, yeah, we can choose that. Media format, do H.265. We can do all of this later. And we're not going to touch any of that. And all of this, going to do that. We'll save that. And then we're going to our image scaling. Yeah, not going to touch any of that. Color management. I'm not going to touch. Oh, okay. So this is where you can actually import LUTs. So we'll click Open LUT folder. LUT will be in here. And we also are going to want to open up our folder on our desktop that has the LUT that we want to use. So let me just do this real quick. Here we are. Oops. So all you're going to do is Criekki Blue, control this. Actually, we need to download now. And all you're going to do is just copy it and then paste it into here, right? And that will import this LUT into I will paste this LUT into our footage. And I'm also going to import my conversion LUT here as well. So after you do that, that's how you import the LUTs, right? You'll go ahead here, you'll click Update Lists, General Options. We'll keep all this the same. Camera raw, I'm not going to touch any of that. Video playback, I'm not going to touch any of this. All of this going to say the same. And yeah, we're all going to save this, press save. Now, all right, perfect. So let us mark the ins and outs of, let us mark the ins and outs of each clip. So we'll mark the in and out of this. Again, since I film on a Sony camera, I will have to manually rotate this footage so that it can be used. All right. Vaughn should be good. That sounds good to me. Same with this. We'll just mark the ins and outs. Perfect. My ears hurt from wearing these. What the heck? There we go. Walking into the gym. This. Yeah, looks good. All right, so let's import our sound first. It's always what we want to do. We want to use our sound to guide the fuck. Yo, what? Hello? The fuck is happening, bro? Dude, am I tripping? What the fuck is happening? All right. Dude, what is happening? Okay, I don't know what's happening. Bro, what the fuck? You're usually able to just drag and drop. Do I need to put a fucking... Maybe we gotta put this first. So we did. Bro, but I literally... Can I not? What the fuck is happening, bro? What the... Dude. It should not be this hard to just... Alright, bro. Literally alright, bro. Is it not downloaded? What the fuck? It is. Alright, let me close this out. I don't know why it's not working. Maybe I have to update it. I'm not quite sure though. Alright, we have this. All we gotta do is... Alright, I'm actually genuinely tweaking. What the fuck? Oh, okay. Do I have to put it all the... Oh, okay. I gotta put it all the way down. Alright, bro. Like, that was so much different than what it was before. See, as you can see, I don't know too much about DaVinci, but... That's that. So anyways, we imported our sound, we imported our clips. Oh, actually, before we even import our clips, let's use our markers. Again, we can, it's the same exact process as CapCut. We're going to mark out all the key beats and then just import our clips. And I'm just clicking M to mark it out. Now, I'm pretty sure they just added a feature where you can automatically do this, but you might have to need the pro version for that. So don't worry about that. You can do it manually. Again, you're listening for that key beat. You gotta really listen for it. Here we are. Oops. All right, so we marked all those out. Really, all you got to do now is just import your clips accordingly. So we'll do this. We'll cut right here. What is cut? Oops. The fuck just happened? All right, bro. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, import the clip. You can cut this, delete that, and put that. All right. You can cut right here. Simple as that. Again, it's the same thing as a CapCut. You can extend and de-extend accordingly. Make sure you have the toggle loop on, and yeah, you can also trim. Oops. You can also trim your clip as well. So accordingly, and just Control Z, Command C to undo it. But yeah, you'll just import all of your clips, and then that is how we do it. So what else are we going to do? We'll import this. Cut right here. And yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll put all the clips in. Let's see. We have that right here. Delete that. What else do we have? We have this. Cut here. Delete that. Clip here. Delete that. I don't think we use this yet. Yeah. Clip here. Delete that. And this shot. Go ahead here. Cut that. And let's extend this a little bit. Right, we have, do we import every clip? Yeah, we're still missing this one. And we'll cut here. All right, and then we'll save some at the end so we can do a so we can do a loop. So we're just going to take this. You need you need your Control C, or we can go ahead and drag it. And if you go up top here, this is like a zoomed out part of the timeline. You can literally just go above here. So we're going to, for the moment, place that right here, but we're actually going to put it at the end. Make sure it lines here, and then it's just going to extend backwards. And then we'll get into the looping of this later. But yeah, that's exporting the LUT as well as clips and music. From here, we'll get into the transform tab, some video effects, color grading, and yeah, just like as we did on CapCut, if you watched that one. But if not, that's basically how you do it. This is basically your folder where you import all of your media. You can either do import media or import a folder, or you can go here into file, import, bin media, stuff like that. So that's what we have here. And then we'll just go ahead and we'll get into the next tutorial, which is a transform tab, which will be all in here in this inspector tab, this transform tab, and we'll go over all of this. So yeah, see you guys in the next one.